morning. Happy Friday. We've done it again, another whole week of quarantine. HealthQuest family, I am here today to bring you a 60-minute yoga flow, Tai Chi, Pilates, lots and lots more yoga based. So with that said, it's a faster moving pace. We'll start with a Tai Chi warm-up just to get our bodies flowing with breath. Energy, just take it. Energy from me, energy from you. Let's bring it together and see if we can just have some nice time on our mat today. With that said, my mat's turned side on. I think it's a little easier for you to go through the flow and through the sequence, being able to see me side on and front on. So feel free to turn your mat any way you're comfortable. If you have a block or straps you like to use, totally fine. If you have something else that could substitute for them, that works as well. Take a deep breath. We are in for a beautiful 60-minute flow. The sun is shining. It's Friday. Let's have a nice time. All right, guys. So I have a soft playlist that I'm going to play. If you have a different playlist you'd like to enjoy, feel free to turn that on. Take a deep breath. We're going to start standing at the center of our mat or front of the mat if you're long ways. So we're going to stand feet hip distance, feet rooted into the ground and shoulders rolled back. Now soften the ribs, let the hands hang low, fingertips face me. Just take a deep breath. We're going to start with some arm swing. So arms lift with breath and swing. Inhale to rise. So we're just warming the body. Lots of breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Sequence 2. We rise up through the center and dive. So we draw the energy up the midline and then dive forward over our legs. Bend the knees. Belly pulls in. Inhale. And then let the breath go. Just feel the spine starting to open. Release the head, release the neck. Deepening into the legs. Last one, feet are gonna step wide. Arms to the corner. We pull back, front circle, and lift. Pull, release, circle, and rise to the corner. Pulling back, and then coming through the midline. Almost like you're drawing an arrow. So start to deepen with breath. Sink into the supporting leg, release, circle low. Draw back, open, circle. Now breathing is going to help us loosen these muscles. Last one, we repeat sequence number 1. Step in, swing, and lift. All right, so see where you can start to open up even more. Maybe fingertips graze the floor. Maybe heels lift. Breathing. Last one. Last one. Sequence number 2. Hands through center. Fold. And rise. Releasing forward. And then draw the energy up. More. Lots of breath. Feel the energy through the fingers. Grow a little taller. Hold. Front of the mat. Sun salutation. So we move quick through the sequences. Feet start together or hip distance for more support. Roll the shoulders back. Take a breath. Mountain pose. We're going to extend. Inhale, arms rise. Here we go. Reach towards the sky. And fold, belly lifts. Flat back lengthen. And then fold over your knees. Downward facing dog. Feet step back. We press into the heels. Now roll the body forward to plank. Knees lower. We lower all the way to the mat. Squeeze the glutes, lift the heart. Baby cobra, tuck toes. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Now right leg, bend the knees, steps through. Help it if you need to. Back leg lowers, kneeling lunge. Heart lifts, and then we squeeze our glutes and chest lifts towards sky. Hands to the floor. Back toes lifts, and we fold. Ready to repeat the sequence? Inhale to mountain. Stacking the spine, arms reach towards sky. Squeeze the glutes. Now belly in as we fold over our knees. Hands press shins away as we lengthen, looking for the horizon. And fold. Hands to floor, downward facing dog. Press back. Now unravel the spine as you roll the body forward. Option, use your toes, lowering down. Halfway, lift the chest. Up dog, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, this time left leg lunges forward, back leg lowers, our heart rises towards the sky. Can you lengthen even more through the chest? And lower the hands, tuck the toe, forward fold, and hold for a breath. That is the sequence. Now we evolve. All right, so hold in your fold here. Release the body forward, let the neck go. Just come into your breath. We're going to advance the sequence. Just hold. So the same sequence now, but we add on. Inhale, rise, stacking the spine, reach for the sky, hold. Now take a deep breath, squeeze the glutes, baby back bend, heart towards lifted, towards sky. Exhale, fold. Shins press away, flat back, lengthen, eyes up, and fold. Hands to floor, downward facing dog, just like before. Press into the heels. Now unravel the spine to your plank. Option, use your toes. Lower down through crocodile, halfway. And then lift the heart if you're ready, upward facing dog. Squeeze the glutes, now release the glutes to your downward facing dog. Bend the knees, right leg, lunge. Back knee lowers. Inhale, arms rise. Now squeeze the glutes again. Open the heart towards the sky. And then sweep hands to outside edge of foot. Lift the back knee and fold. One more round like this. Inhale, stack the spine to lift the heart. Inhale, lift the chest. Now full exhale, we dive. Inhale again. Lengthen from the tip of your tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. And lower. Root the hands, downward back facing dog. Unravel the spine, shoulders over wrists, and lower down. Squeeze the glutes, lift the heart. Now release the glutes, down dog. Bend the knees, left leg, lunge, right leg lowers. Breathe in. Feel the energy through the heart, squeeze. Lower the hands, lift the toe, and fold. All right, a little quicker. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. A little different this time. Hands to floor. No, sorry, flat back. Lengthen. And release. Downward facing dog. Ready? Come with me. Right leg. Left leg. Three-legged dog up towards the sky. Now left leg draws to the outside knee, left knee, elbow, and three-legged dog. Now that same leg, draw it to the right elbow, and then foot comes to floor. Ground the right foot, open star, falling star. Feel the length, reach through the top fingers, and then with strength, lower the hips towards the floor. We reach toward that right leg and take a fold. Now lift the heart and see if you can pull your chest towards your toes and surrender again. Left hand behind hips, under shoulder. Lift back up, falling star. And right hand meets it. From here, three-legged dog, find it. And lunge. Left leg through, right knee down. Inhale. And exhale to deepen. Hands to floor, lift the knee, and fold. Ready? Stack the spine. Reach towards the sky, squeeze the glutes. Exhale as you fold. Lengthen the spine, press the shins away. And surrender. Downward facing dog. Press back into the heels. Right leg lifted up towards the sky. And draw that knee, elbow towards the knee. Lift. Now right knee, left elbow. Setting us up. Sweep the leg through, ground the foot. Now lower the left heel towards the mat. And then open to your falling star. I know it's my back, but you can still get the idea. Find length. And then lower the hips with strength. Reach for that left foot this time. Surrender. Then lift the heart and draw the chest towards the foot even more. Surrender again. Take a breath. Right hand comes behind the hips. We lift back up to that falling star. Reach. Left hand to mat. Three-legged dog, find it. Right leg lunge. Left knee down. Breathe and rise. Reach taller and fold. Step in and hold here for a breath. Surrender the body forward. We're moving into standing strength. So take a breath here. Let it all go. And when you're ready, hands root to the floor and we step back to downward facing dog. Level the feet. Now walk your dog if you need to. Pressing even weight into the hands. Press back into the heels. Shoulders open, hips towards sky. We start our flow. Left leg. Step it through between hands and right heel grounds. Now tented fingers, take a breath. And we lift to warrior one. Hips are square towards the side of the room or towards me if you're facing me. Front knee over ankle. And then we're pressing that sole away, strong back leg. Shoulders square and shoulders soft. All right, guys, so we're getting into some leg strength, so take a breath. Arms sweep behind body with lots of energy. Take a clasp. Press the knuckles towards the floor, opening the chest. Now with breath, we inhale. Now start your exhale and surrender your body over that supporting leg. Warrior one extended. Hold for a breath. Hold here. All right, release hands. Windmilling arms. Lift the chest, opening up, warrior two. All right, so reset if you need to. Front knee presses out. Press the foot away. Reach through the fingertips. Now, if you have it in your neck mobility, gaze over front fingers. Shoulders are down. We extend our warrior reach. Elbow down and arm lifts. Keep that top shoulder rolled back and see if you can make one straight line. Breathe. Now release the tension through your toes. Next breath, we windmill our arms. Reverse warrior. Reaching down that back leg. Now if you don't have that today, hands at hip to help push your body forward. Lots of opening through our side body. Lots of breath. We repeat the flow. Inhale, windmilling arms. We reach. Now maybe this time, hand comes to ankle or block. Using that left elbow to keep that knee pushed open. Roll that top arm back. And breathe. Soften the hips. You feeling it yet? One more breath here. All right, we've got to reverse our warrior again. So lots of strength. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sink. Now your left leg should be howling. And that's the goal. You ready to feel euphoria? Inhale, windmill the arms up towards the sky. Straighten that front leg. Reach, reach, reach. Triangle pose. Hand comes to shin. Rested or outside. Now stack your shoulders as much as you can. Opening up that top shoulder like you're leaning against a wall. Like you're leaning against my hands. Breathe. breath. Feel the strength. All right, now we deepen into that leg again. Bend the knee, windmill arms, sun warrior. Can you lengthen even more through your side body? Again, we flow. Circle, reach, triangle pose. Now can you get a little deeper in this pose now? Send the hips away. Open the chest. Just breathe. All right, we're gonna come through a vinyasa. So sweep hands to floor, bend the supporting leg, press into the hands, hips downward facing dog. Unroll the spine to your plank, knees or toes, lowering down. Halfway, roll the head of the shoulder back, squeeze your glutes here. Now release the glutes, down dog. Hold for a breath. We get to the other side. Just feel the release. Any way you need, maybe walk the dog, release the legs. All right, we're doing the other side. So this time, bend the knees, right leg steps forward. I'm gonna turn around so you can see the sequence. Back heel drops towards mat. With breath, we lift our heart towards the sky. Now remember, square the hips as much as you can, and then soften the shoulders down. Lots of energy with the upper and lower body here. And remember, this is strength. So we hold our strength, tracking the knee over ankle, and then keep that knee pressing out. Engage the outer glutes. Next breath, full breath in, arms circle down. And we clasp. Press the knuckles towards the floor. Surrender body forward. See if you can let your body come to the inside of that right leg. Maybe the neck releases. Are you ready to windmill to warrior two? Inhale. Reset if you need to. Maybe you need to step back a little. Press the knee out even more. Body to the center of the hips. Shoulders down. Now if you have it, you gaze over your front fingertips, really reaching the fingers apart. Just breathe. We extend, reach. Elbow to knee, arm rises overhead. Now keep rolling the shoulder back. One straight line if you can, so those hips soften down. And you have lots of support with your elbow, take it. Ready for sun warrior, big breath, arms rise. And we lengthen into our side body. Remember, roll shoulder back, option hand to hip. If you can, lift the toes and release that grip that I'm sure most of us have. We reach again, inhale, arms rise. Reach, maybe you come a little deeper. Shoulder still rolls back. Remember, this is okay. Yoga's a journey, and take it easy on your body. You shaping it? Inhale, sun warrior. Deepen. Feel as though your ribs are an accordion. Can you breathe into your side body? You soften your top shoulder. You ready for the euphoria? Inhale, straighten that leg, reach. Triangle pose, hips send away. Stack the shoulders, press the hips towards that side wall. Roll back. Remember that feeling like you're against a wall? Or my hands. Lean into me. Support each other. Breathe. Remember, hand to shin's gonna offer more support. You might lift or slight bend to take the pressure off the lower, behind the knee. Breathe. We go through the flow one more time. Inhale, sun warrior, windmill, deepen into the leg. Now can you reach a little farther? Once more to our triangle. Inhale, reach, exhale, deepen. Really press into the supporting leg to help ground you. Are you reaching through your top hand? Lots of energy. Back through our vinyasa. Bend the right leg, fingertips to floor. Ground the hands, downward dog. Press into the hips. And roll forward to plank, knees or toes, lower halfway, head and shoulder back. Squeeze the heart, glutes, lift the heart. And tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Stay here for a breath. Walk the dog if it feels good. Press back into the heels. Lift the belly. And with more strength, we bend the knees and hop to the front of the mat. Fold. Surrender. Now with lots of breath, stack the spine. Inhale to extended mountain, arms reach up overhead. Reach a little higher, squeeze the glutes for baby back bend. And exhale, hands open up towards the side of the body, palms face forward. Now listen, if you can, close your eyes, soles of feet together, roll the shoulders back, and just take a cleansing breath here. Together, in through the nose. And then out through the mouth. Let the breath go. If you need, shake your legs out. We're gonna move into some balancing tracks. So, with that, take a deep breath. If you need a sip of water, grab it. Feet start together in mountain pose. Tailbone slightly tucked, shoulders are back, palms are open facing me. Take a deep breath, arms reach up overhead, in through the nose, and then through the midline, heart, hands to heart center. Let the breath go. Open the palms, we go again. Inhale to rise. Once more, back through the midline, let the breath go. Open the palms. Last time, inhale to lift. Exhale through midline. Hold here. Now balance. It's not for everybody. Just an option always to lift. You might stay grounded and that's perfectly fine. You might step off your mat for more stability. If you're coming with me with the lift, squeeze the glutes, wrap the hips in towards each other. Take a breath. Arms and heels lift towards sky. Lift. Lots of energy through the hands. So really press into the palms of the hands. I don't know if you can see mine. It's okay though. So see this. This is balance. So soften your gaze. Steady it on something that's not moving. Lock the heels in towards each other. Feel the inner thighs fire up. Now you might need to lower your heels for release, and that's okay. But if you're staying with me, keep the heels lifted. We're coming to diver's pose. Ready? Arms sweep down by sides. Heart dives forward. Heels stay lifted. Nice straight legs. Now for heels lower, feel free to let them, and then just come back in. Let the heart dive, almost like you're going off of a diving board. Belly's pulling in, lower the heels, lift the heart, release. Woo. Shake, and take a deep breath. All right guys, from here, left leg steps long, right leg almost like you're setting up warrior two, but a little closer. Arms open wide. Now you might need a block here. We're coming to a floating half moon. Hop in, this is your kickstand. When you're ready, start to float that leg up the back wall. Like I always go off screen here. So deep bend in the supporting leg. And we start to lift as high as we can. Option to ground hand on floor or a block. Keep pulling the belly in. You guys are gonna think I'm mean today. From here, next breath. Shoulders and hips turn towards floor. Warrior three. Arms open wide to a T, airplaning. Remember, balance is a journey. Every day our balance is off or on. Take it where you can and join back in. Release the grip from your toes. One more breath. Hands to floor, tented fingers. Knees meet. And we rise, split. Option to keep the knees together. But if you can, send the toe up towards the sky. Now look through your knees. Can you paint that toe higher up on the sky? Downward facing dog. Release. Woo! Walk the dog. Breathe. We come through a vinyasa. Roll to your plank, shoulders over wrist. Feel the strength, belly's in. Lower halfway or all the way. Squeeze, heart rises. Untuck. Downward facing dog. Now we have to do the other side. Step or walk the feet to the front of the mat. Fold. And stack the spine. Reach and release. Round 2. Reset. Roll the shoulders back. Soles of feet together, tail tucked. Palms towards me. Soften the gaze. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale. Open. And breathe. Let the breath go. Lots of energy through the palms. Once more. Hands open. Hands circle towards the sky. Now press palms together and let the breath go. Once more, you ready? Lift, heels, arms rise. Keep pressing palms in. Now challenge yourself and see if you can connect your heels. That's gonna fire up your inner thighs. Belly's pulling back. You ready to dive? Next breath. Arms open wide. Keep those heels lifted if you can. Like you're diving. The most beautiful dive you've ever wanted to have. It's right here. Lots of strength. Release. Lower. Rise. Floating half moon. Right leg opens. Back leg steps back like you're setting up your warrior. Now open your arms up like you're welcoming the biggest hug. Ready? Front knee stays bent. Left foot hops in and we start to squeeze the glutes to float that leg up. Now you might stop here and that's all good. You might keep that back toe grounded. Most importantly, maybe play with the idea of lifting and lowering and see where it takes you. Warrior 3, turning hips and shoulders towards your mat. Remember, if you fall out of this pose, join us. Arms open wide, reach through those fingers, keeping the hips square towards the floor. Fingertips to floor, knee to knee. Standing split, now you know the deal. You might stay here, but if you've got it in you today, reach that leg up towards the sky. Now look through your knees, look at that back toe. Can you push it up even higher? Breathe. Downward dog, step it back. Press into the hips, press into the hands. One more vinyasa. Roll the body forward. Shoulders over wrist, belly pulls in. Lower. Squeeze, lift the heart. Untuck. And hold here for a breath. Maybe you walk your dog. Your calf should be nice and open now. So focus on lowering the heels as much as you can and opening your shoulders. Lots of strength. Pull the belly in, bend the knees, walk, or hop to the front of your mat. Surrender. And inhale to stack your spine. Reach to the sky. And let the breath go. Palms face me. Nice, guys. If you need a quick sip of water, grab it. We're going to open up our hips now. So when you're ready, from mountain, we fold once more. All right, from here, right leg steps back, lower the knee, low lunge. All right, check the front ankle, front knee over ankle. Tented fingers to lift the chest. Now your hips are probably not very open yet this morning, so take it easy on your body. If you've got blocks, option to use your blocks here. Breathe into your hips and see if you can soften. Next, full breath in. We shift our weight back, coming to hamstring. So hips lower. We lengthen that front leg. You might keep a soft bend to protect your knee. So feel the difference of grounding your toes and lifting your toes. Just breathing into the backs of our legs. Once more, ground the foot and shift forward again. Lower into the hips, lifting the heart, eyes forward. So lots of length through the back of your neck. Once more, shift and play around with the toes. Point and flex. Lots of breath is going to help soften somewhere. Maybe, now if your fingertips are turning white, just loosen up a little. Use your core to help support you. Last one. Round the toe. Press into the hands. Now lift the back knee. Three-legged dog. Lift that leg towards the sky. Come into pigeon pose. Send the leg through. Ground. Now front leg's going to come parallel as much as you can. You might start at 90-90. Perfectly good. If you'd like, lengthen that back leg away. Now the focus here. Rolling this top hip towards that front heel as much as you can. Lots of lift through the chest, keeping those fingers tented. Good, breathe. If you want a little bit more, maybe you softly walk your body out to an extended swan. Letting your forehead rest on the mat. And trying to keep that right hip rolling towards left heel. Feel the openness through the hip. You might stay here for this, and I invite you to. Otherwise, walk yourself up back to tented fingers. Take a hamstring stretch. Reach for that back leg and pull it in towards your body. If this doesn't feel good, stay with your extended pigeon. Lifting the heart. Now, if I have any mermaids here today, we're hooking. Toe to the crease of the inside elbow. And then arm reaches up and over. Not for me today, but you get the idea. Maybe you play with lengthening down. Oh, again, not for me today. Too much. One more breath. 3, 2, release. Press into the palms of the hands. Ground that right toe. Left leg up towards sky. Three-legged dog. Release down. Press into the heels. Should feel pretty good, yeah? That left hip is nice and open. Let's do the right side. Bend the knees. Right leg lunges forward. Left leg lowers to mat. Release the toe. Tented fingers. Now this side's still not open yet. So check the front knees over the ankle. And just breathe softness into the hips here. Where can you release? Remember, these are just your tripods, your fingertips. Your support is your core here. That's what's keeping our body lifted. So just breathing lots of openness into our hips. Next breath, we shift back. And we play around with pointing and flexing that front foot. So keeping the spine nice and long, you might tuck the chin and get that double chin we all work so hard to not have. But here, it's going to help keep the back of our neck nice and long. So gazes to the floor. Last one, ground the toe. Sink back into the hips. Where can you go from here? Maybe that back leg reaches a little longer behind you. Maybe you soften a little bit more. Lifting the chest a little higher. And press back again. Lengthen the spine. Point and flex. Now take time. Take it easy on your body. There's no rush. Last one. Breathe. Lower into the hips. Round through the hands. Untuck your toe. Left knee lifts. Three-legged dog. Right leg up towards the sky. And then that leg sweeps through, coming to pigeon pose. Leg 90 degrees. Front foot flex. Remember your option to bend that left back leg. Both legs 90. If you're taking the option to extend the back leg, lift the heart towards the sky to begin. Left hip this time is rolling towards the right heel, and everybody's hip opening is different. So take it easy on your body here. Lots of breath. Maybe we extend our body forward and let the forehead release onto the mat. like the added stretch. Tentative fingers walk us back up to lifted, and we reach back for that left foot. Again, you get the back side of mine, but you get the idea. So you might stay here, or if it feels okay, come down to the elbow. Lengthen your body forward, and if you're a mermaid, feel free to take the option of hooking toe to the inside crease of the elbow, and then reaching up and over. I have it on this side today. Just breathe. Release. Hands to floor. Back leg lifts. Three-legged dog. And lower. Ground through the heels. Stay for a breath. Right, open through your dog. Carefully bend the knees. We're coming down to the mat. All right, so we're coming into the core sequence here. It's a little tricky. From the next couple tracks, we've got core for the front of our body and 2 tracks for the back. Guys, choose an option. It's just where your body's at today. It's not where everybody is. So I want you to feel challenged yet successful. So come on down. Roll onto your back. Hug behind the knees as you lower. Take a breath. Really root down your entire lower back. So pull the belly back towards the spine. It helps to let your hands rest on your belly to get that feeling. Open up the shoulder blades, and then arms rest open by your sides, palms down. Now with your next breath, left leg stacks over hip, and then right leg meets it. Give your body a little wiggle. The fun is beginning. We dip, 45, rise, and bend. Dip, extend, rise, and bend. Now guys, if this is challenging, come to elbows, lift, and bend. It's a smaller range. Lift, and bend. So we're deeply pulling that belly back towards the spine. A little Pilates. Dip deep, lift, rise, and bend. Stay with it. All right, so breathe. Exhale. Inhale. So it's slow and controlled. Pulling the belly back. Good. Couple more. Really incorporating lots of breath here. Lift. Last one. Scoop the belly. All right, bend the knees. Fingertips to temples. Cross, center, and crawl. All right, so toe tap if it feels better. That's okay. Focus here. Chest comes toward knee, not the elbow. So none of this. Keep the chest nice and open. You should see your elbows in your peripheral, but they're not what's doing the lift. Your core is. So really reaching long through those legs, pointing the toes, and breathing, because that's what fuels us. Last 2 and 1. Open up. Arms wide. Arms towards, legs towards sky. We lengthen one leg and lift. So one knee bends and one leg straightens. Now keep scooping the belly and reach through the toes nice and long. Now if you want more, you crunch and lower. Slow and controlled. Crunch and lower. Breathe. You guys with me? Cross crawl, bend the knees, a little quicker. Remember? Toe tap. That's okay. Breathe. Almost there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Arms wide. Woo! You feel it? I hope so. Now we get to fire up the back. Feet to floor. Ankles under hips, under knees. Shoulders nice and open. Now with your next breath, we articulate the spine up to a bridge. Option to support the hips here. Now if you can, roll the shoulders back and clasp hands underneath your back. Knees pressing towards the sky, level with your hips. Take a breath and just feel this. It feels intense. Squeeze the glutes tighter. You might stay here. If you want to fire up a little bit more, lift, lengthen, bend, and step. Alternating sides. Keep pressing the hips up towards the sky. Nice and square. Breathe. A few more. Every time you come back through center, squeeze the glutes a little harder to lift. Almost there. Last one. Hold. Release the hands. Lift the heels. Drop. Lift. Heel drops. So keep the hips nice and lifted. Alternating sides. And of course you're breathing. Right? Is your back on fire yet? Last two and one. Carefully unravel the spine back towards the floor. Lower the heels. Drag the knees into the chest. Rock from side to side. And then rock and roll yourself up to seated. We're not done. Coming to the front. All right, guys. So, setting up hover. Hands are going to come to a triangle. So like this. Right in front of shoulder. Right in front of where your face basically is. Now send your legs back so that you're on your knees or on your toes. Press into the heels. Draw the belly in. You have your triangle? Now the fun begins. Single leg drop, knee drop. Down, up, back, up. So alternating sides again. 2. Now come with me. Spider push-up, up and down. Alternating sides. Oh. Last one. Stay, drop knees, down, up. A little more strength in this class today. So keep pressing back to the heels. Breathe. Pulling the belly in. Should we try the spider push-up one more time? All right, press. Right, left, left, right. Got it? Now if you're really strong, you might push up in one movement. Couple more. Last one. Hold, lower the knees. Child's pose, press back. Release, take a breath. That was intense, right? All right, coming down to your belly. Take a breath. Elbows under shoulders. Let the chest pull through, squeezing the glutes to keep your heart lifted. Take a breath. We're not done. All right, so lengthen your body down. Both arms reach forward, legs level with hips. Right arm's gonna reach back, come into single leg bow for that right foot. Use that left hand to press towards, away from you, so you can lift your heart even more. Lift the back knee as much as you can. Keep it in line with your hip as much as you can here. Lots of glute activation. Release. Lengthen that right arm. Reach back for left foot with left hand. Now switching sides. Take a breath. Press into the floor. Push foot into hand to lift the knee. Just breathe. Now if you've got it, alternate sides again. Otherwise, reach back for both feet. Take a breath. Lift the heart towards the sky. Now if you choose, stick with alternating sides. Back to your right side. Lift the heart. Lift the knees a little higher. This is great for digestion. Keep the knees pulling in, level with your hips. Switching sides if you're doing single leg bow. Take a breath. Release the legs. Hands to floor. Child's pose. Press back. Back into the hips. Release. Surrender yourself down. Need to chill now. Let the hips open. Maybe rock from side to side. Carefully walk hands in, coming to seated, facing me. Take a breath. That was an intense core and back track. So left foot hugs into right thigh. Right leg out on top or crossing over. Option to extend that bottom leg, coming to a seated twist. So wherever you're comfortable today, where you can root through your sit bones and ground through your feet. Take a breath and hug the left leg in towards the chest. Now your right hand comes behind the hips as far as you can. And take a next breath. On your exhale, revolve. Looking over the back shoulder. Now if you can, maybe soften the eyes to close. And just allow yourself full permission to be with your next full breath in and your next full breath out. Maybe you can twist a little deeper. You might stay here, otherwise, left hand to right outside edge of foot. Lengthen the leg, keeping a soft bend. Right arm reaches away, and now we use this as a lever to deepen the twist. Can you bring your gaze over your back fingertips? Lots of flexion in that front foot. Stay with me here. Right foot that you're holding comes to mat. Hands come to outside edges of foot. This left leg is going to come behind to a kneeling lunge, just like we did earlier. Now you have lots of openness through your hips. Front knee over ankle, we're sinking down. From here, left hand to the inside edge of right foot. Use this top hand to push your chest towards your thigh, and then float the arm towards the sky. Just take a breath. Top arm can stay open or maybe wrap behind body. And then I have a challenge for you if you're up for it. You might stay here or turn toes to the outside edge of mat and then lower the hips towards the mat, getting into your IT band. So try to keep that shoulder active. You should feel a stretch up the side of your hip, maybe down the lower hip. It's a deep stretch, so breathe into it. Breath. Hands to floor. Press back. Downward facing dog. And then come back to seated. Try the other side. Right foot to inside of left thigh. Unhooked or hooked. You know the option to have that bottom leg straight. Grounded hips, grounded feet. Give yourself a gentle hug that you so much deserve. Left hand to outside edge, to hips, behind body. Breathe in to lengthen up through your spine. Now exhale and take the revolve. Looking over that back shoulder. Here you can give yourself permission to close your eyes. And just see if you can come into your body and see where you're gripping. Just let it go. Remember, trying to stay mentally with each breath. So either staying in this position or taking right hand to outside edge of left foot, straightening the leg, keeping that soft bend. Left arm reaches behind, and we use this as a lever to get more twist. Keeping that front foot nice and flexed. Right foot, left foot to mat. Hands to the outside edges. Now your left leg comes back and behind, kneeling lunge. Check that front knee over ankle, sink back down into your hips. Round the right hand to the inside edge of your left foot. Hug yourself, chest towards thigh. And then float the arm if it feels right towards the sky. Remembering to actively press into the hand so you're not sinking into your shoulder. And then hug yourself from behind if it feels good. Keep rolling that shoulder back. And then if you like, you turn your toes to me and then let your hips come down towards the mat. Ooh, it's an intense, deep pose, but it feels good. So breathe space. Remember, press into that floor, lifting the shoulder. Staying for one more breath. Hands to the floor. Press back, downward facing dog. Releasing down. Just see where we're at on time. All right, coming back. Sorry. Walk your feet to the front of the mat, coming to forward fold. Now you can have soft bends with the knees so that you can rest your belly on your thighs. But letting the neck be heavy, letting the shoulders be heavy. And then if you can, straighten the legs as much as you can. Release the grip from your toes. Taking a next full breath in, hands come behind hips. And your full breath out, let the arms start to fall, coming into your shoulders. Release the neck. Fingertips to floor, left leg steps back, coming to pyramid pose. So tent the fingers, front leg can be bent slightly, or straightening it as much as you can. Now from here, full breath in, lengthen through the spine, and then full breath out to fold. Working our hamstrings now. Softening your shoulders, lifting the toes, giving them a wiggle. Step the foot in, back to your fold. Breathing in, breathing out. Step that right foot back to pyramid pose. Remember, you can soften that front knee. Lift the chest, lengthen. Breathing out, surrender. Step that back foot in to meet the front. One more breath in your fold here. Let the breath go and then lower the hips to the mat. Now we get to lay down. So if you'd like to grab something to keep you warm, sweatshirt or socks, I invite you to do so now. We're coming into the last few poses here of our practice. So, let's adjust song. Giving yourself that gentle hug you so deserve behind the legs to roll the spine back towards the mat. Hug the knees into the chest. Take a breath. Rock side to side if it feels good. To give yourself that little lower back massage. Right foot lowers to mat and we hug that left leg into chest. You worked hard to get here, so enjoy these last few beautiful poses. So taking hold behind the shins, starting to straighten that leg up towards the sky, any amount. Lots of breath. And then hugging it back in towards the chest. Now you might keep that bottom leg bent, or maybe you lengthen it out. Inhaling to lengthen leg up towards the sky. Making sure you're not holding behind the knee, exhaling to hug knee in towards chest. Once more, breathe that leg up towards the sky and hold here. You might play with flexing and pointing the toes. Staying here, bending the knee, taking hold of the outside edge or inside edge of the foot, like you're coming to happy baby, just with one leg straight. So knees coming down by the left ribs, hugging in, opening up the hip. You could keep your right hand pressing that right hip down towards the mat, keeping the shoulders grounded. You might stay here or hook the toe and then lengthen the leg out. Now you really need to focus on keeping your shoulders, right shoulder and right hip grounded to the mat. So just letting that leg straighten any amount. Just breathe. Bend the knee. Figure 4. So foot crosses over knee, foot flexed, and we hug the knees towards the chest. Taking hold behind right thigh. If you don't have that in you today, you can keep the legs grounded and just press that hip open. Just breathing lots of space into the hips. From here, arms open, lower that right foot, cross the legs unless it doesn't feel good. Obviously you can unhook and then let that supine twist come. Grounded shoulders, looking over the back shoulder. And where can you let go? Carefully roll back through center, unhook legs. Hug the right leg in towards the chest. We start the sequence again. Breathing lots of space, and then lengthen the leg up towards the sky. Breathe it back in towards the chest. Maybe you straighten that bottom leg, and then lift. Last time, inhale as you hug the knee towards chest, a little deeper. And then let that leg rise up towards the sky. Remembering not holding on behind the knee. Maybe you point and flex the foot. Bending the knee towards the ribs, holding the outside edge of the foot like your happy baby pose, single leg. Just letting that knee fall closer to the right ribs. And left hand can be helping to assist the left hip down toward your mat. You might stay here or hook toe and then lengthen the leg out towards the corner of the room. You can keep a soft bend in it, but again, keeping the hips and that left shoulder rolling down towards the mat. Bend the knee, bring it back towards the center. Left leg lifts, ground the foot, and then coming into that figure 4. So flex the top foot, press the knee away, opening the hip. And if it feels okay, hug the knees towards the chest. Using that right elbow to press into the eye, opening up the hip even more. And then lower that foot towards the floor. Crossed or uncrossed, open the arms, legs fall towards the left side of the room, coming to your supine twist. Looking over the back shoulder. And really focusing here on, like I said earlier, trying to stay with your breath from the beginning to the end. Trying to make it even longer. Carefully giving yourself permission to roll back through center, hugging the knees back towards the chest, rocking from side to side. And then giving yourself permission to come down to a savasana. So lengthening the legs if it feels okay, or taking a moment to entertain a pose that we didn't get to today. So feet fall to the outside edges of your mat, and then your hands come even wider. Palms up if you're feeling nice and open, or palms down if you'd like to feel a little bit more grounded. So just allowing yourself permission to close your eyes, finding a place where you could be restful for the next couple minutes. Lifting the head up and letting the neck lengthen. Let the chest soften. Let the sacrum open even more. Let the hips open, fall open. Let the knees soften. Let the feet fall open. just taking the next minute to come into a comfortable breath. Inhaling through the nose, letting the belly lift. And then exhaling through the nose, letting the belly fall. Just scanning your body for a moment, seeing if you can let go of any tension that we most certainly don't need to hold on to. Just making your waves of breath. Just letting the cool air blow over your body. Just feel the sensations. Maybe some tingling. I invite you to stay here for as long as you need, but if you'd like to join me, just wiggling your toes and fingers and rolling to the right side of your mat. Keeping your eyes closed. And in your time, finding your way up to seated with the eyes closed. Just finding a comfortable seated position. Nice and grounded through your sit bones. Again, palms down for rooted, palms up for open. We're going to end this practice with 3 cleansing breaths, like I do in every class I teach. In through the nose, arms circle up towards the sky. Out through the mouth, arms just out. It's twice, just like that. Inhale longer. Exhale longer. Last one, grow taller. Let the breath go. Bringing your hands to your heart center, bowing your head. Being grateful for our bodies, our minds, and our breath, and what it does for us every single day. Most importantly, what we do for others. Just being true to yourself in times like this, being true to one another. Be grateful, be honored, and be respectful. Guys, I appreciate you. Namaste. Again, I'm Carla. Sorry I can't be with you at HealthQuest this morning, but this is the next best thing. So do something good for one another, as I always say, even if it's just virtually.